Welcome to the Autoimmune Tipping Point. I'm Josie Warren, the Autoimmune Expert. And before we get started today, I want you to sign up for my free master course. The link is in the description here below. In this master course, you're going to learn why you got Addison's, why everything you've been doing has not worked to resolve it, why your doctors and specialists have Addison's disease all wrong. But most importantly, you're going to learn how to permanently resolve Addison's and go back to being a normal, healthy person again. Now, today we're diving into Addison's disease and exploring 3 symptoms to watch for. Now, Addison's disease is an autoimmune disease, and I want you to know I understand what it's like to have an autoimmune disease. In my 20s, I had 8 autoimmune diseases, and for me, the scariest part was how out of control I felt in my body and my symptoms. Sitting across from doctors and them telling me that there was something wrong with me, but they didn't know why, and that I could do these things like medication and supplements, but I was still going to have my autoimmune diseases, was probably one of the most heartbreaking things I could have imagined happening. And people didn't understand. As much as the symptoms were challenging, for me, I struggled and hid the emotional part of it. I put on a happy face. I acted like things were fine. But as I was getting sicker, internally, I was continuing to lose hope in myself and feel defeated in my life. I want you to know I'm 8 years completely healthy. I no longer have my autoimmune diseases anymore. And I want you to know you can resolve your Addison's disease, again, an autoimmune disease, just like I have. And the solution is without medication, supplements, or food protocols. And at the end of this video, I'm going to teach you how to do exactly what I did to resolve Addison's. Now, let's dive into what is Addison's disease. And like I shared, Addison's disease is an autoimmune disease, and it's also known as primal adrenal insufficiency. Now, there are 2 other kinds of adrenal insufficiency, secondary and tertiary, but today we're talking about primal and also known as Addison's disease. Now, if you don't know, an autoimmune disease, this is really important, is a condition in which your body's immune system becomes dysregulated. So it's not working properly and it mistakenly attacks the very tissues and organs it was designed to protect. So having Addison's disease, what's going on is your overactive immune system is attacking your adrenals, attacking that adrenal cortex, causing a dysregulation in your hormones, hence Addison's disease. Now, the condition was first discovered by a gentleman named Thomas Addison, who it's named after, a London doctor who discovered it in the 1850s. And according to the National Institute of Health, 100 out of every 1 million people have Addison's disease. It's more common in women than men, and it's most common in people between the ages of 30 and 50. Now, let's go into Addison's and 3 symptoms to watch for. The first is the darkening of skin, especially in the creases and folds. So you're going to see that in areas like the forehead, the palms, the elbows, the knees. The second is abdominal pain, which often happens during an adrenal crisis, which I'm going to talk about next. And the third is low blood pressure happening when there's a drop in cortisol. Now, let's talk about that adrenal crisis, because listen to this. 1 in 4 people don't even know they have Addison's disease until they experience an adrenal crisis, which is a heightening of those Addison symptoms, and it can be fatal if not treated right away. So this is really important. If you find that you're having a heightening of those symptoms, you need to call emergency services right away. Let them know you're having an adrenal crisis or an Addisonian crisis. It's the same thing. And you're also going to need a hydrocortisone shot, either administered by you or someone right there. All right, now let's go into the cause of Addison's disease. And experts and doctors, well, they've identified Addison's disease, again, primal adrenal insufficiency, being caused by the immune system attack on the adrenals. That's great. But here's the thing. They don't know what causes the immune system attack on the adrenals. And unfortunately, they focus on treating the adrenals, like things like hormone replacement therapy, but the real problem is the immune system. So let's go into the real cause of Addison's and then how to resolve it. But before we do that, if you're getting value from this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, but most importantly, share this video with your loved ones who have Addison's. They need to know that they can resolve their autoimmune disease just like I have. It does not have to be lifelong. So the real cause of Addison's goes back to it being an autoimmune disease. It's a good thing it's an autoimmune disease because you can resolve an autoimmune disease. Here's the thing. All autoimmune diseases have the same origin, the same cause, the same root cause, simply the dysregulated immune system. It's just a different organ or tissue that's being attacked. So like Hashimoto's, it's the thyroid. Addison's, it's the adrenals. But the tissues and organs are not the problem and are not what need to be focused on. All you need to do is regulate your immune system to resolve any and all autoimmune diseases, including Addison's disease. All right. So that tells us also what is not the cause of Addison's. Addison's, again, is not caused by your adrenals. It's not caused by your hormones or high or low salt or sugar. It's not caused by genetics or leaky gut or Epstein-Barr virus or toxins or bacteria. The only reason you have Addison's is because your immune system is dysregulated. Regulate that, resolve permanently Addison's. And here's the problem. What your doctors and specialists are telling you to do for Addison's will not resolve it. Okay, so hormone replacement therapy, for instance, working on your adrenals, that is called symptom management. It's not going to work on your immune system. There's no medication, no supplement, and no food protocol that will ever regulate your immune system. So what I'm saying is using those methods, you can never resolve Addison's, and you'll be having to do it for the rest of your life. That is called symptom management. And in my free master course, I go into the harsh truth of symptom management, why everything you've been doing has not and will not work to resolve Addison's. Now, let's go into the solution. Now we know the problem's not the adrenals. How do we regulate that immune system, permanently resolving Addison's and all of your symptoms? Now, it starts with something that no one is talking about. Suppressed emotional stress. That's right, you heard me. Suppressed emotional stress is what has actually caused the weakening of your immune system. And your suppressed emotional stress has caused your body to get stuck in the fight or flight. That's really important, in the sympathetic nervous system. So right now, having Addison's, you are stuck in fight or flight. And this has caused a dysregulation of your immune system. It begins to attack your adrenals, again, causing Addison's and all of your symptoms. So the problem is being stuck in fight or flight. So the solution, turn off your fight or flight mechanism. That's all you need to do, and your immune system will naturally regulate. Again, you resolve Addison's. When you turn off fight or flight, your body can finally exit the sympathetic nervous system where it is now and re-enter the parasympathetic nervous system where it regains homeostasis. Back in homeostasis, that immune system stops attacking your adrenals. And just like that, you resolve Addison's and all of your symptoms like the darkening of the skin and that abdominal pain and that low blood pressure and the dysregulated hormones all resolve naturally. So this is what I've done to resolve all of my autoimmune diseases. It's all you need to do too for Addison's, is just turn off fight or flight mechanism. You too can resolve it. So to learn how to turn off your fight or flight mechanism, again, watch my free master course. That link is in the description below down here. In this master course, we're going to get real and answer those questions no one is telling you, which is why you got Addison's. It's really straightforward. Why what you've been doing has not worked, why your doctors and specialists have Addison's all wrong. But most importantly, I will teach you to do exactly what I have done. Turn off your fight or flight mechanism, permanently resolve your Addison's without supplements, medications, or food protocols. So the end result, you can go back to being a normal, healthy person again and get your life back. I am so passionate about teaching people who have autoimmune diseases like Addison's that they are not lifelong, that there is hope. You're just looking in the wrong place. The problem is not the adrenals. The problem is the immune system. Turn off fight or flight, and you can resolve Addison's. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today.